Hi guys, my name is Jalen, and this is the story time where I almost died or got severely injured by a rock twice. So this is all back in East Africa, Eritrea, where my whole family is rooted from. And so at the time I was like maybe 10 or 11, and I was with one of my best friends ever. His name was Sam. We did everything together. And so Sam was maybe 8 or 9, like I said, and I was 10 or 11, a couple years younger than me. And so we would always hang outside. He was my neighbor too. And so there was like our houses and stuff. There was houses over here, and there was a little hut right here. But he lived in like the mountain part. So there's rocks all on the floor. There's cactus, like a bunch of cactuses. And so there's like when you go up the mountain, there's cactus on this side. You go and you turn. And there's like little stairs like built into the ground. You like climb up the stairs and stuff. You go to his house. You go a little higher and stuff and go to other people's houses or whatever, like little shacks and huts and whatever. And so me and him were chilling outside, and I remember he said, "Yo, I gotta use the bathroom." I'm like, "Okay." Since our house had a bathroom, his didn't, because it lived in the mountains. I was like, "You go use mine." But I think for some reason, I think someone was in the bathroom, or he just couldn't use it. I'm like, "Okay, let's just go up in the mountains." So we walk up to the mountains. We find a place a little higher where nobody could really see us, and so he's behind me, right, and I'm watching over to make sure nobody's watching him. I'm just watching over, right, make sure. What y'all doing here? I see two little girls on the side. One's like 7, the other one's like 4. And they're like, "What y'all doing?" A little snot on their nose and stuff because they're little kids. I'm like, "Yo, just back away, back away, back away." And as I wanted to see him, doing his thing. And I started throwing rocks at them, not really hurting them, just like little rocks, just scare them away. Then after, they just wouldn't leave. And then Sam got up when he was done, started throwing rocks at them and started telling them to get away from us. They're just being annoying. I think I hit the little girl with a rock in her hand, right? I just threw it, and she's like, "Ooh," and she just cries and goes home. I hit the 7-year-old. She cried, and she went home. And I'm like, okay, I didn't really care. And so we started walking a little more, and then I think it's her oldest sister. Their oldest sister came. She was like maybe 11, right? And she was wearing glasses. So me and Sam were throwing rocks at her, right? She was throwing rocks back. And I think Sam, boom, threw a rock. Her glasses were like this. Boom. Turned her glasses like sideways. And she was like, and she just walked away silently, just saying nothing. And me and Sam were like, so we creep a little closer, we start walking a little more, and then I see the two little girls on the side, the girl who got hit with glasses, by this door, and some dude comes out the door with a huge rock. We're standing by the door with a huge rock, by the size of my ponytail. I'm not gonna cap, like that size. And so he just has a rock in his hand, cocks it back, and I start dipping down the mountain. And so there's the cactuses right here, and so I start running down, and there's a big like cactus right here. I almost fall into it. When I'm running, I catch my balance. I start dipping down, and while I'm running, I hear Hiyab. My name's Jalen, but they call me Hiyab over there because that's my middle name. That's what everybody calls me at home. Call me Hiyab. So he's like, Hiyab. So I look back while I'm running, and I just start dipping. Like maybe 10 seconds later, Sam comes down, right? And I think we get out of there. We go to our neighborhood. It wasn't too far, but we just go there. And he's like, "Dude, the guy threw the rock at you. If you didn't make that little turn, if you kept on going, if you didn't make that turn at that 1 second, it would have hit your head, and I would have face planted onto the cactuses. I would have been all bloody, and I would have fell down the mountain." And I was so shocked when I heard this. And he showed me the rock. It was like this big, and I was like, "Oh no." And so let me tell you the second time this happened. I was with Sam again. This is back in July 2019. So I was with Sam, his older brother Yafet, who was 14 at the time, if I was 13. He was a year older than me. And with our other friend Yosias, who lived in the neighborhood. He was 13. So we were all just chilling outside, and by the store. And so there's these two people that work at the store. And they have a son. His name is, let's call him Michael, right? And Michael, he was being a jerk to me, talking bad about me when I was cool with him. And so he'd always talk trash about me when I tried to chase me, he would run away. Right? He was like one of those weird kids. Just never really came outside. He would, but like, he was just a little weird, And so his parents that worked at the store that he lived by, that this is his house and this is the store, and his parents that worked at the store were really cool with me, because I'd always buy breakfast and stuff when I had to eat. Go in the morning, go get some breakfast, talk to them real quick. They just liked me. And so I found Michael lacking across the store. I'm like, "Dude, why are you talking bad about him?" He was like, he was just being a jerk about it. He didn't really care. And so got on my nerves kind of. So I got his hands, right, and I think I twisted it like all the way. He was like, "Oi, oi, 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 oi." He started crying. And I let go. I'm like, "That's what you get." Bro, he's like, I see him look at a huge rock, even bigger this time, I swear. Like, I would say about this big. And he looks at it, and he runs to the rock, and I'm like, "Part two?" oh no, I'm not dying. And so Michael picks up the rock. I look behind me. I see him hawking it back. And I was like, oh no. And so he throws the rock, right? I'm running. This is me. I'm running. He throws the rock. The rock is right here. I'm running. And when my head is right here, I turn and the rock hits the floor. So it's basically right here. But I make a little turn, it hits the floor. Could hit my head. It was right above my head. Hit the floor. Loud, right? I was like, and my friends on the sideline like, oh my gosh. And so I grab a little rock, right? About maybe this size. And I'm like, oh no, bro. Dude's gonna give me a concussion, give me to the hospital, maybe die? Heck no, bro. I don't play that. Got a little rock. And I have good aim. I have insanely good aim. That's for another story time. But I get the rock, boom, hit his back. He's like, ah! And he starts running home. He starts running home and crying. And me and my friends are laughing at him. Like, yeah, it's what you get. And some older guy was like by the store. He was watching this. He was like, "Why'd you throw a rock at that little kid? Why'd you make him cry?" I'm like, "Did you not just see what all happened?" And so me and my friends go home. And we were chilling, just chilling in my room, like playing my tablet, playing cards and stuff. That's what we always did. And I'm like, "Dude, what if I get in trouble?" They're like, "Bro, you don't got tripped. Like, you're not gonna get in trouble." So a few days later, right, I gotta go to the store to buy something, and it was in the morning. And so the mother, right, his little sister, Michael's little sister, was at the counter, and his mother was like taking my. I had to buy something, and she was like, I was paying for it, and I was giving her the money and stuff. And little sister blabs out, and she says, "This is the kid that hit Michael with the rock and made him cry and stuff." And the mom's like, "What? I wouldn't do that. He's just a sweet kid." And I was like, "Yeah, like she's tweaking, she's just tripping." But yeah, that's the time I almost died or got severely injured by a rock twice. If you guys want more funny story time, just put in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe. It's Jalen and I'm out. Or it's Hiab and I'm out.